We're looking for a complete deal. I'm not looking for a partial deal. China has been starting to buy our agricultural product, if you noticed, over the last week, and actually some very big purchases. But that's not what I'm looking for. We're looking for the big deal.
Well, is phase one the big deal?
No, I think that the president articulated that he wants to accomplish more, but I would applaud the fact that there are some clarity with respect to intellectual property, and that there certainly has been positive in terms of having China open up its market, for example, to the financial market. So there is a dispute settlement mechanism in case there's any transgression. So all in all, I think step one is a good first step toward a larger agreement.
And what needs to be in that larger agreement? Earlier, we were hearing that it's potentially this question of government subsidies to domestic or other companies.
Well, the United States, Japan, and the European Union have been working on reform of subsidies that the WTO, the World Trade Organization, could implement, because you have state-owned enterprises that are getting lower taxes, free land, and getting funneled credit that their competitors in the private sector do not get. And so to clarify that, what can they do? I mean, we're looking for competitive neutrality. If China wants to have state-owned enterprises, that's one thing, but they must compete with the private sector on a fair and even basis.
But if this is such a good first step, why then not roll back more of the tariffs? In terms of the total tariffed area, basically all the president has done is remove half the tariffs from the last increase. Most of the tariffs are still in place.
Well, you're correct. The 250 billion remains. The increase that they were going to do on 120 they've reduced from 15% down to 7.5%, and he is suspended or not applied the tariffs that he was going to apply on December 15th. But that still means that we have $250 billion worth of tariffs out there, and if you happen to be hit with them, you're trying to get a widget from China, and there's a tariff on it, you're going to be unhappy. If you're in a sector where the tariff is suspended or not applied, you're going to smile. So we'll see how fast they can move forward, and so we can just get rid of these tariffs and have free and open markets.
All right, so the more difficult, if you like, political question really becomes, was it worth it? I mean, the agreement's good and the agreement's moved forward, but could this agreement have been reached without these tariffs and without the dislocation of trade?
My own view, were I recommending to the president, would be to have joined hands with the European Union, Japan, Canada, South Korea, and as a group we would represent more than 50% of global GDP, and said, we need to have these changes. We want you to stay in the World Trade Organization, but it's a club for those who believe in the market. And I think that we would have gotten a faster, more complete, and an agreement that was applauded. But we are where we are. Let's not criticize what we didn't do. Let's try to build on what we did do.
Ambassador, it's always good to see you, ma'am. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate it.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you.